Thank you, Anthony. So I'm sharing my screen. First of all, thank you very much, Prisming Group, for having me as part of your panel here today. It's a great pleasure. Also, thank you very much to Transport Event for organizing the webinar. That was great work. Thank you for that. Talking today about advanced cable solutions. Wait a second now. For electrification and sustainability. I will talk, as mentioned before today, about cable management for shore power. And thank you, Anthony, for giving the audience a rough idea about who we are and who I am. I'm working for STEMMANN-TECHNIK, German company. We've been bought a couple of years ago, 2014, from WABTEC, that's Westinghouse Air Brake Technology. This is a railway company. So Stemmann is a comparable small company with a couple of hundred people working in Germany, and our mother company is in some, well, let's say close to 30,000 people, meanwhile, a bit bigger and a lot in railway. So we are just a small part of the complete group. Talking about shore power and cable management today, bit of repeating what Andrea already told you. So what's the challenge here in shore power in general? There's some names and nouns being aware in the market, like Kyoto Protocol and Paris Climate Conference and IPCC. So what is this about? So practically speaking, a couple of years ago at the Paris Climate Conference, roughly 200 countries decided we are willing to reduce, or we are trying to reduce the rise of temperature with a maximum of 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. And this is so important because the IPCC realized or found out that it's extremely likely that it was the humans who influenced that as a dominant cause the global warming in the last 60 years. So if we don't care on our planet, then that's it, practically speaking. A couple of things happened, and we are looking forward to governments even trying to put some more pressure and not just nice words on the market. So they even say we are looking forward to make you pay if you keep on doing pollutions. So if we want to go green, if we want to reduce carbon dioxide, there is in the ports and maritime business a couple of things we can do. Don't worry, I will not talk about everything here. I'll reduce it on shore power, as you see on the left side, as well the ship side installations as the land side installations. But of course, there is much more things which can be done at the moment. To give you a better understanding more on a general point of view, so what Stemmann is doing, we are doing the cable management, which means that to cover the distance between the shore and the ship side, or the ship and the shore side. However, so it's in between the ship and the shore. We are not doing the substations, we are not carrying on the grid, we are not electrifying the complete ship, we're just doing the handover, and it can be very individually. The reasons to go green, I just try to sum it up. There is, to me, that's 3 core reasons. First is I should better do it because, let's say, my stakeholders, my local and national politics, my NGOs, they say you need to do it. We are your voters, we are your neighbors, we are your friends, we are your employees. We want you to go green. Which can put some pressure on the ports and on the ships, of course, too. Some of these people say, well, there is quite some funding at the moment, so maybe I should just grab the money and do it before there is no funding anymore in the future. However, second point could be I want to do it. I mean, usually money counts. And if there is a chance to get things cheaper, usually the people just run. So there is some situations in a business case where it might be just cheaper to go for shore power compared to stay on diesel, especially when the price per kilowatt hour of green energy is cheaper than the price from the diesel to care on it. At least I can tell you for Germany, this doesn't work at all. In Germany, the price for diesel is much cheaper than for green energy. So there will be some more reasons to do that. One of it is corporate targets. If you have a look into sustainability reports from the big companies, I just read the other day that MSC is showing it, APM is coming up with it. They say, we want to go green, we want to go on a zero emission strategy until 2040, 2030, others even earlier. So this could be one of the targets, the reasons to do so. And last but not least, there is some practical advantages, sometimes at least. Sometimes the people say, well, if you want to work 24 hours night and day, you need to reduce emissions. And as Andrea already mentioned, it doesn't need to be just the carbon dioxide. It could also be vibrations, let's say, or it could be noise. So the people in the city say, I do not want to sit next to a harbor where it is always that much noise. I want to sleep in the night. And last but not least, the I must reason. So it's defined by law, at least in some countries, as we know it from California in America, or as we see it in Norway coming up in 2026, or as we see it and hoping for it in the European Union. We are looking forward to a must in shore power. And last but not least, for this one, there is regulations and norms which say how to handle it and how to deal it. Also recommending what Andrea just told, it's the IEC standard 8005/1 for high voltage and /3 for low voltage, which practically says how to handle it. You can find all the interfaces, you can find the plugs, you can find the kind of cable in general, of course, not the company. And you see how the single line diagram needs to be done. So actually, everything seems to be quite easy, because when everything is in a rule, then there is no problem, except for one. There is the problem that every port is different. You cannot just take one solution and bring it from Hamburg to Valencia or to Piraeus or to Athens or to, I don't know, Honolulu, because every port looks completely different. So you need to make sure that your solution you're asking for fits to the infrastructure of the harbor. And this, of course, is the main problem. So that's where we see the biggest challenge in the cable management, or in the cable handling and the cable handover, how to hand it over so that it fits to the local requirements. Giving you a quick overview, I just shown here some applications running worldwide, whether it's cable cranes, as you see it in the upper left level, or whether it's running in a container vessel, as you see it here on the right upper part. It could be done on a small cable reel placed on the port for offshore support vessels, or for some cargo vessels, or for some bulk carriers, or maybe for the cruise, as we know it from Hamburg and from Kiel and from Rostock and from others. We just handed over in an FAT, which happened last week, the latest shore power solution for the port of Southampton, which will be shipped on Monday next week. So there is another solution coming up from STEMMANN-TECHNIK, which will run in the world, and we are really proud of this one. And coming to the last picture on the right bottom here, this is for a RoPax vessel in Poland. So it doesn't need to be a movable solution only for cruise. You can also use this for RoPax or maybe for car carriers. To sum up, I mean, the world is really facing massive problems ecologically and economically. And it's it's time to act right now. If we really want to do something, if we really want to reduce the increase of temperature, and the aim actually is 1.5 degrees, it's not 2, then we need to do something. The governments, I mean, even the governments are acting meanwhile with restrictions on money, with new laws. We are aware that although every man are created equal, practically every port is created different. So we need to put some clear point on this one. We need to do customized solutions. We cannot just copy paste from one berth to another. And that's my last words. I believe it's not easy being green, but it's really worth it. Thank you.